Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. If I do not catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, go check your other major placements. If I do, there will be an extended over on Vimeo, so that's exciting. And that will be more of the oracle cards adding to the story that we develop here. So, but for this one, we are going to be doing a traditional tarot spread with more traditional-ish tarot cards. So I've already thoroughly shuffled the deck. We're going to cut the deck. And we're going to take the overall for the reading. High Priestess. Okay. So overall for the reading, we have High Priestess. This is the tarot card about the tarot card. And I do want to mention about the tarot deck. I do want to mention that as I was shuffling on, I think every single break, there was the Eight of Wands. So that would be messages and communication. So I just wanted to add that here. It was notable. So High Priestess, this is things being revealed for your benefit, but not the whole story. She always withholds a little bit. She doesn't want to give you the whole thing. She doesn't want you rushing off to any conclusions. She wants you to thoughtfully consider what she does reveal, but she does not. There's part of this that she's not going to talk about because it would. I think it's because it would change your behavior if you knew the outcome. If the outcome felt guaranteed, it would change your behavior. So sometimes the outcome feeling guaranteed can help us work a little harder on something and be like, okay, well, if I know an opportunity being guaranteed can help us work a little harder on something. But a position or something being guaranteed means, why do I have to work? I'm just going to sit back and wait for my inheritance. I don't have to do anything with my life. So that's the High Priestess is that. It's also a very spiritual card. So spiritual messages, but not necessarily, we're not going to be able to tame the whole thing. And it's always about what can be known and what cannot be known. And this is an external, this is what's going to be revealed to you. So very fascinating card for an overall tarot reading, which is just a reminder that this is a tarot reading, actually. And so some things will be revealed and some things will be withheld for your benefit. All right, Aries, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh man, we've got both of our powerful major arcana ladies showing up here. All of them. It's like a conference of power players here. It's like a women's conference of powerful women. It's awesome. Okay, I'm feeling it. Then we have, and normally these are just energies to me, but with all of them showing up, it just feels like, I don't know if it's all of them, but with so many, it definitely feels like a more feminine energy, maybe a power from a yin energy here. So we have Six of Coins in the past. This can be wealth, inheritance, distribution, fair distribution. It has to do with money. It has to do with the distribution of money. It has to do with balancing the scales, making something more fair, more equitable. So in the upright here, and there's usually some kind of calculation that goes on with it. How much can I afford? There's some budgeting aspects going on here. Decisions being made around a budget, wanting to be fair, wanting to distribute money. And also I feel like wanting to keep the flow, like money is meant to flow in and out. It's meant to be flowing. So when we give away, we can sometimes get that sort of water wheel flow moving and drawing more in as we, you don't want to deplete, but you're not giving away to deplete. You're giving away to maintain a flow through so that your money's not stagnating. Does that make sense to me? So there's some sort of flow of money, some sort of even distribution. You may have received money that was owed you from a time ago, or you may have made decisions trying to be fair about money. Or even time. Coins can sometimes be distribution of time and money. allotments, so making some adjustments. So there were some adjustments to the budget, adjustments to your time management, that kind of thing. In your current situation, you have Ace of Cups. This is indicative of a new relationship, meeting someone new. It doesn't mean necessarily a new romantic relationship. It could be a new friendship, a new passion, something new, feelings coming in here. Maybe you weren't expecting these feelings. There's a new journey, a new relationship, basically, coming in here of some kind. This is interesting. Maybe a new cycle, a new phase of a relationship, right? We have the honeymoon phase, and then that gives way to a more stable phase, and then I don't know what the other phases are, but we have a phase here, a new phase, possibly in a relationship or a brand new relationship. There's peace, there's potential. You were always meant to be this person, or it was always meant to be this way. There's just a bit of a sense of destiny to it, and a sense of meeting a kindred spirit, possibly. I'm going to do with this budgeting. Like in the past, we've been budgeting, and now somehow our budgeting process led us to a kindred spirit relating to someone, a new relationship, a new bond, a new type of bond with someone. Figuring out how you're going to spend your time. Maybe you ended up meeting somebody that's starting a new, well, it doesn't say how long the relationship's going to go. It's just saying that you've met some people or somebody or something that you recognize that feels, there's a part of you that's kindred with this person. So in your inner landscape, you have strength, hopes and fears about quitting, about, are you strong enough? It's interesting because how it relates to this one is this cat, traditionally untamable. We can housebreak them barely, but they're not like dogs. They don't necessarily do commands. So this untamable aspect, and attempting to tame it, attempting to tame some sort of inner beast, having some sort of inner strength, having to maybe force yourself to do something that you don't want to do, you don't really feel like it. It's a quick way to burn out. It's not a way to live. It's not a lifestyle. It's a moment of forcing yourself to do things, because sometimes we do. But as a lifestyle, in a way that you function throughout your day, it just creates a headwind for you to always be doing something you hate or you don't look forward to. But there is a sense you're really thinking about and focusing on your inner strength. There's something here where you have to remain strong, you have to remain steady, or you're feeling it, you're thinking about it, it's on your mind, and there's a sense of, hold on. Okay, so where were we? We had the strength card here, having to muster your inner strength here, to endure something, to deal with something. And the strength card to me always has like a sense of a question of, can you? Do you have? There's like a wavering here. That's why the card shows up. There's like a sense of, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this is something that is this, I mean, I wanted this at some point, but do I really want this? Do I stick with my guns here? There's a sense of wavering. So I think that with the strength card showing up in your inner landscape, you're dealing with ideas of, do I want to keep going with this? Do I have the strength? Do I have the ability to stick with this path? Or do I just quit? And then there's some sort of untamable aspect here where you might be asking if you could even force yourself to do something, even if you don't want to. But there is, both of these have this cat this cat that's attempted to be tamed. So we can tame something, but we can't change its nature. Like, we can work with it and we can tame it on some level, but there's not really a way to change the nature of it. Yeah. So what's at issue? I'm really sorry. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is not good. This is a person. This person is male or female. Doesn't matter, or non-binary, really doesn't matter. It's just indicative that it's a person. The queens are usually internally focused. So when I see a queen card, it's a person who's internally focused, or focused on themselves. In the reverse, they're very much focused on themselves. Swords, communication. So it's nasty communication. It's bad communication. It's rude communication. It's self-centered, self-serving communication. There's someone here who's quite frankly being a bitch. That's the card of Queen in reverse. I hate Queen of Swords in reverse. Communication, and this person is not, male or female, is not being easy to work with. Their communication is horrible. They are maybe verbally abusive, if not in other ways. This person is not good. Someone, and I hope it's not you, but I don't know where you're at in your life. You may be not having any inner strength and dealing with it very poorly and attacking other people, yelling at other people, or someone else is. So people, we can understand that people are having some sort of inner issue here, and it's coming out in their words and the way they're treating us. That doesn't mean we have to put up with the treatment, but we can understand that we all have these moments where our anxiety takes over or our frustrations take over for a moment, and we're mad, and then we need to apologize and make amends for whatever we did in that state. This person may not be up for that. You don't have to put up for that, and you shouldn't put up with it if they're not being self-reflective, because the point is that, right, we all have our moments where we sort of lose ourselves, but we need to reset, right? And we need to have the inner strength and the wherewithal to be able to reset, to be able to reboot ourselves, and to be able to make amends for, you know, whatever was said or whatever when we were hungry, right? So so this Queen of Swords in reverse, though, they might have some, if it's you have some issue going on where you don't feel very strong, you're not feeling very, very good. But if it's somebody else, you're like, oh my gosh, Lord, give me the strength to deal with this horrible person and the horrible things they're telling me. And just because they're probably having, you know, some sort of inner issue here doesn't mean you have to endure whatever they want to dish out. We can have compassion for people, but first and foremost, we have compassion for ourselves, and not putting ourselves in situations or staying in situations with someone who's being so mean, vindictive, and difficult. I mean, yeah, they have a lot on their plate, but they don't need to be like this about it. Or maybe they do, but they need to go figure it out. They need to go work on themselves, right? You can't work on anybody but yourself. They can't work on anybody but themselves. So you're dealing with this strength, like, do I endure? Do I continue putting up with something like this? And then what's in your environment, you have Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is interesting too, because we have someone, maybe this Queen of Swords, I want to say she's typically really vicious, but with this Queen of Swords could be someone who's not communicating. They're angry and they're frustrated and they know things, but they're not going to talk about it. But the Seven of Swords in your environment is about secrecy, is about sneaky behavior. Someone in your environment being sneaky, maybe sneaking around, maybe cheating. This would be a good card for that. But if you don't know that, don't go busting up your life over anything I say, okay? So, but this is in the environment here. Someone maybe is refusing to talk about it. And maybe if you've been a bit of a jerk, someone's not talking to you anymore. This is like what could have been an open discussion or an open argument. Someone just felt that was futile, felt like they were going to end up on the losing side of that, and decided to either clam up and do whatever the heck they wanted. And this isn't you, this is somebody else. Just clam up and do whatever they wanted because the conversation wasn't going anywhere, because someone was being a bit of a jerk and difficult to talk to, or yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing here. So secrecy, or they're lying. Somebody might be lying to you right now. And hence the High Priestess, right? Talking about what can be known and what can't be known, what can be tamed, what can't be tamed. We can't tame other people. We can barely tame ourselves. We certainly can't tame our leopards and our lions. We can tame them, but we can't change their nature. And that's a little bit of, I guess, what I'm seeing with this Queen of Swords. Maybe they can hold their tongue for a minute, but they can't change their nature. Oh, this is interesting because you do have 3 swords here, and we did have the communication on the break, the communication card of 8 of Wands on the breaks as I was shuffling. So, but right, we have this High Priestess here about what can be tamed and what can't be tamed. We can't tame other people. We can barely tame ourselves. Someone here is out of control, not able to self-regulate very well, and taking it out on the people around them via conversation and the words they're saying, some nasty words. Someone else is clamming up, secrets, lies. They don't want to deal with this, so they're trying to sneak away in the night before there's any more conflict, or be sneaky about something, because to be open about it with this Queen of Swords around here, it's just going to be really difficult. Like, there's going to be a sense of pointlessness here. So then what's at issue here is this 7 of Swords here in your environment. This could be actually very anxiety provoking. I would never want to see this in a personal reading for myself. It would make me paranoid. So I'm urging you against paranoia and just being aware that there's a possibility that you may not know the whole story about something. And then we have 8 of Swords here. This is your to-do list. This is dealing with your own limitations, with your own self-limiting beliefs, with your own crappy mantras. What's in your head? You've got to deal with what's in your head, because we can't control or change other people, but we can deal with what we're responsible for, which is this. This is what we're here for, to be responsible for. So there's some sort of way in which you don't see a way forward, but it's only because you in your mind don't see a way forward. It doesn't mean that there's not a way forward that exists. It only means that there's not a way forward that you're seeing. And so you need to open your mind, take your blinders off, open your mind, and see a way, see the path forward. You may be like, there's no way to communicate this. But there might be a way to communicate it. But the thought, there's no way to communicate about this, or there's no way to talk about this, that very thought prevents you from even seeking out how to talk about something, right? So first you have to be like, well, maybe there's a way that we can talk this out. Or maybe there isn't. There's situations and people like that too. So maybe there isn't a way you can talk it out. But you need to be opening up your mind to more possibilities, because the closed down mind is actually preventing you from seeing ways of dealing with your situation and ways out of whatever sort of situation that has occurred here that's really testing your strength and testing your resolve here. So this is your to-do list, is to open your mind to the possibilities. There's possibilities. You can get out of this situation, and it is indicative that you can get out of the situation. The only reason you can't is because you're not able to imagine a way out. You're not allowing yourself to see a way out. You probably through some negative thinking, anxiety, whatever. But there's a path forward. You just have some self-limiting beliefs about, or some limitations about how it needs to look, how it needs to be. You might be just wanting your story to be a bit too specific. Also, this is an urgent message to not feel sorry for yourself and not get stuck in poor me. But you have to be your own savior here. You're going to have to save yourself and liberate yourself. And then possible outcome, the Empress. So the only thing standing in your way here in this one is kind of you. Sorry. Empress, abundance. So we have the High Priestess, the Empress, and Strength. 3 really amazing ladies here. But the Empress, abundance, self-sufficiency. If this is like a relationship, this is saying like, you can leave and you'll be fine. But you have to see this. You have to see that there is a way forward, and it's a way forward that leads straight to abundance, prosperity, self-confidence. Once you free yourself from this, there is going to be a lot of self-confidence that comes in, an ability to, make your own money, an ability to provide for others, even just a lot of abundance and a lot of solid growth. But The only thing standing between you and that is basically you at this point. I also see that, you know, if someone's being sneaky and lying, you need to take your blindfolds off and allow yourself to see that. Because the truth is going to be there. You just have to allow yourself to see it. It's there. It's surrounding you. You're surrounded by truth here. And there's a choice to not see it. All right, Aries, if any of that resonated with you, join me over on Vimeo. And the rest of you guys, thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.